Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lender Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida 76508, Georgia 69178, Illinois 031.0058339, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington 237926. ID cycle points DBO 1666881, Arizona 101648.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done. When you're in need and don't know where to go, pick up the phone and call Mom.
All right, well, we can actually hear it going, Mikey. Welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux, and this is Larry. Larry Ehrlich is with me today. Hey, Mikey, can you put us back to the other screen so that we can see like comments and what we're, because we're delayed right now.
Okay.
All right, perfect. All right, so welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and as always, well, not always, I usually have Heidi Schlegel points with me, but today I have got the Mortgage Dad. I have got Larry Ehrlich with me, and it is so nice to be in person.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, my goodness. I'm so over it, aren't you?
Yo, way over it. Let's party.
Right? Party on guard. Party on guard. But it is nice. It's very nice to be back here. It's nice to have the two of us together in the studio, being able to do the show. We miss Heidi. She's in Arizona, so unfortunately she's going to be Zoom for most of the shows that we do, but
It's her loss.
it is. We miss her. Next week I'll actually have Carrie on. Carrie's going to come in. She's going to come into the studio. So it's really nice that we can start seeing everybody again. I think it makes our job a little easier.
Yeah.
You know, that was...
It's good to be around people for a change, too.
Oh, I know. That's been rough, right?
Yeah.
It's just so isolating.
Yeah. But, it's nice. I mean, you get a chance to get away from people that you don't like.
Right? Well, I got to tell you, one of the things that I've actually really enjoyed about this, I haven't been sick in over a year.
I know, that's good, right?
Right.
Everybody's wearing their mask, and I guess the flu numbers are way down, too, so
Right.
it's all good.
It is. Well, and that's one thing me and my husband were just talking the other day, and I was telling him, I said, I haven't been sick in like a year and a half, which I get sick repetitive. You've been working with me for a long time, over and over and over again during the winter, and this time I didn't, and I haven't been sick all summer, and I'm going to say that, and I'm going to get something. But I think that it's kind of strange, personally, if you ask me. California's going from mask mandate all the time, everywhere, 25% capacity,
Right.
and then all of a sudden June 15th, it's like 100% capacity, it's all over, open, no masks, no nothing, and it's like,
It's like they flipped a switch or something.
Right. Like, I personally don't mind the masks if I'm going into a grocery store. I mean, if you think of a lot of cultures in a lot of countries, they've been doing these masks for a long time. And I think that that's part of why we all do get sick. We're at the grocery store, sniffing our noses and wiping it, and they're holding on to
Touching everything.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in the grocery store the other day, he has 2 hamburger bun packages in his hand going like this. What are you doing? Like, you think one weighs more than the other? I mean, just pick one and go. I don't want to be touching them after you touch them all.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Carrie, thank you so much for watching. She says hi, so we can see that. Thank you, appreciate it. If you guys are out there and you're listening, you want to ask us questions, please go ahead and put that right in the feed. If you're on and you're watching, please let us know that you are here. Say hi, give us a wave. Let us know that you are watching. If you have never seen the show before, or if you are listening on Saturday by radio, the best way to interact with us is to watch us do it live. So we are live at 5 on Pacific time, and we are live at 7 on Central time. That would be live at 8 on Eastern time. So if you guys want to watch us, we are live every time. Go to mortgagemomradio.com. You guys can check us out there. If you'd like, you can go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. All you got to do is click on that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you know when we go live. It will alert you and let you know we are on. But it is every Wednesday. We're on at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, and we are 8 p.m. Eastern. So we've got my Aunt Pam, who is one of my biggest followers, which I love. Thank you so much. She says howdy. And we've got Red Muffin. He's saying hola, Drew here. So Drew, thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Again, anybody out there listening, you guys want to interact with us, the best best thing to do is to watch us do it live, and it is live every Wednesday on YouTube. You can also catch us on Facebook if you just prefer, watching things through Facebook. We're there. Go to Mortgage Mom Radio. Everything is Mortgage Mom Radio. You will never miss us if you look for Mortgage Mom Radio. So that is Facebook. That is even Twitch. If you are a gamer, and I swear I am going to get one of these gaming kids to do a loan through me. I've been saying it for a year, and I'm going to keep saying it till it happens. Mikey, where are all of your gaming friends? I mean, for real. What are they doing?
They're probably not old enough yet.
They're getting close. Mortgage Mom Radio just sponsored a, Mikey, what are we doing? We're doing a video game team?
Kind of.
Kind of? Can you explain it? Can't explain it? Turn your mic on so you can talk to everybody. In the meantime, we've got James Cortez on. He says, hello. Thank you, James, so much for watching. And we've got Miles Mortgages. So, hey there, Miles. Thank you so much for watching. We've also got right here, LOL, although I'm a mortgage broker myself. I love it. Hey, anything you want to talk about, feel free. But if you're a gamer, hey, we'll do a loan for you, too. So, Mikey, talk about how we're sponsoring your video game group or team, or I don't know. He's got something going on for video games, so that's our newest thing.
From what it seems like what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Mortgage on Radio sponsor a organization that competes in competitive tournaments for video games where we can win up to, I think it's like $50 million in cash prizes, and we can donate to charity and that sort. Hopefully gain some sponsorships and grow an overall community.
I love it, and maybe we'll get some of those gamers to use their $50 million towards loans with Mortgage Mom Radio. So that's right. That'd be very cool. So once again, welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. We are on every Wednesday. We are live at 5 here on the Pacific side, and we are at 7 o'clock. Central Time and 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever that you would like to ask, please feel free to put those questions into the news feed. We will read them out loud. We will answer them for you. Mikey, go ahead and turn your mic back off because I think we're echoing a bit. You turned me off. He turned me off. Oh, there we go. There we go. So, Mikey, you just got to turn yours off and make sure that Larry's on. And so, what is going on in the mortgage world, Larry? Anything that you could think of? Anything you want to talk about this week? Anything new?
It seems like things happen so fast these days. One day rates were down. They're in the 2s, and next thing you know, they're up. And it seemed like overnight, although it wasn't. It seemed like overnight. Rates took a little bit of a jump, and people are learning it quicker though too. They see it and they understand that inflation seems to be haunting us. And we'll talk about that. But but things happen so quickly these days, and people are. Advising my clients. If you're happy, let's lock in the rate today.
Right.
Let's not wait, because I don't see mortgage rates improving over the year.
Right, absolutely. So Mikey, everybody's telling us that we've got a bit of an echo going on. Do you have any idea, any thoughts behind how to fix that?
I don't.
Do you think it's just me and Larry sitting too close to each other?
It could be.
It could be?
Yeah.
So we might have to deal with a bit of an echo if it's see, now I'm gone.
No, you're there.
Oh, I'm there? Okay, are we still echoing? How's that sound? Miles Mortgage or Red Muffs, do we sound any better? Is that any better? No? Who knows? Okay. Anyway, so the rates have been up, rates have been down. It really has been kind of all over the board. I think one of the biggest things that I've noticed recently here is the investment property Fannie Mae rules that came out. Right. That is one that I don't think we've talked about on a show before, and it is a very, very big deal that is changing the interest rates that you're going to get and the overall look of the market for anybody trying to refinance or purchase an investment property.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit, Larry?
Well, I think before we do that, we should talk about how buying a property is just tough to begin with. There's just no inventory. I read an article the other day that inventory is the lowest it's been in the United States since records have been being kept. So when you go to buy any property, the seller's looking at how much are they putting down? What's their FICO score? Show me proof that they have, the money in the bank. Sellers are getting really tough on people. So if you're buying an investment property, most investors go, well, I'm not going to overpay. They want to get it cheap. So I don't think there's been a lot of investment purchases lately anyways.
With this inventory, that's probably going to be something that happens a little bit later down the road. Because like I said, with no inventory, people are buying the homes, all cash or big down payments. So those are the ones that are getting it, to happen. So like I said, most investors, when they're buying investment properties, they usually want to get a really good deal, and that's not the market we live in right now.
Right. Yeah. No, it's and not only that, but if you think back to 2007, 8, 9, when everything started to crash, what started to crash?
Yeah.
It was truly all of the people that had bought investment properties, all of the people that had bought second homes. And, when times get tough, interest rates go up, property values start to drop, what's the first thing that people walk away from?
Sure.
They walk away from that investment property. They don't live in it.
Yeah.
It's not their home. It's not their roof
Right.
over their head.
Right.
So that was the first thing that went. And then the second thing that went were second homes, because, if you're struggling, things are tight, your property's upside down, you've got a
Sure.
mortgage payment, your rate went up, so did the payment, because everybody had
Yeah.
an adjustable back then, right?
Right.
What is the first thing that you get rid of? Well, you get rid of that second home, right? You
Yeah.
get rid of that vacation
Right.
property.
And they couldn't sell it anyways because they were coming in with very little down, and they didn't have to prove their income. So, they were just buying properties and hopefully, well, I'll keep it for a year, then I'll flip it. Well, when the market tanked, they couldn't even get out of it. They couldn't short sale it. So the market really took a beating, and I don't know if that's going to happen again. I think what the good thing about the market in the last 10 years is everybody had to qualify for a home loan. So I think that, even if people do run into trouble at some point later on, at least they know they qualified, the bank will work with them, and I think people will be able to stay in their homes. I don't think we're going to see a lot of foreclosures like we did last time.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but I can see why Fannie and Freddie would have come out with that rule,
Yeah.
right? They're starting to see the market, the appreciation go up very fast.
Right.
There's been very little inventory. People are overbidding on the homes more than what they're actually listed for sale. And, the appraisers are having a hard time keeping up, right?
Sure.
So, they're looking at this like, hey, we need to make sure that we are buffering for what could
Right.
take place if there was a drop or there was, property values depreciate. What's going to happen? Well, we're going to slow this down.
Right.
We only want 7% of the inventory or of a I guess you'd call it a mortgage company's books.
Books, yeah.
They only want so much on their portfolio, 7%, which has to be inclusive of investment and second home.
Right.
Both,
Yeah,
right?
they're lumping second homes into that category now. They're planning for a disaster at some point in the future. They did the same thing with refinances. They made a little adjustment that if you were going to refinance your home, you're going to pay a little bit more because they wanted to, offset some of that.
Right.
So that
right.
happens too.
No, absolutely. So the lenders are doing this in different ways, right?
Right.
They're figuring out how are we going to do it, and every lender's doing it a little bit differently. So some mortgage companies are increasing the rates pretty drastically on the investment properties because they need to keep their portfolio level down. Well, how is the best way to do that? Well, we're going to bump the interest rates on those investment homes so that less people find it desirable to get the financing, right? Or even refinance. If they take on an investment that's a refinance, that's still going into their portfolio and part of that 7% piece. So they're increasing interest rates. Other lenders are maybe not increasing the rates, but they're making it a little bit more difficult to qualify.
Right.
Higher reserves, lower debt ratios, higher credit
FICO
scores.
Right.
So there's a lot that is happening in that investment space. The good news is we're still doing them. We haven't stopped.
Right.
Investments are still a great thing to have, but just keep that in mind. I think it's very important for people to know, and for anybody out there listening that owns an investment property that's been thinking about refinancing, or they've been thinking about buying their first investment property, just realize the interest rate's going to be quite a bit higher than what you're going to see on your primary residence.
Right. I mean, but to offset that a little bit, rents are going up too. So the smart investor is going, well, I don't care if I pay a little bit more for interest rates. But rents are going up. There's a shortage of rents, so I'm okay with that. And the market will balance out. You know, it's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go like this. It's like a big pendulum. So it's swung this way. Sooner or later, it's going to swing back this way. So I think it will balance out after a while.
Right. Oh, absolutely. I believe that too. And I think that right now, again, this is just kind of a buffer zone, I think.
Right.
They're kind of looking for the impending, what's going to happen. And if it does, what do we do? How do we protect ourselves?
Yeah.
But I think that it will come all back down to balance.
Yeah.
It absolutely will.
Well, and I think the government's put a lot of pressure on Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac because they bailed them out, 8-10 years ago with billions of dollars, 40 or 50 billion or something, some crazy numbers. So I think they're being conservative on how they're going to look at mortgages in the future. So,
Right.
they're trying to be a little bit aggressive in that way.
For sure. So this is so funny, and we actually have a question from Miles, so I'm gonna actually read that here in a second. But I keep trying to come this way so that I'm not echoing off of your mic, since they kept saying we were echoing. Did we fix that problem, Mikey? Did you figure out how to not make the echo happen? Yeah, we fixed it. Oh, we
We're
fixed
good?
it. Okay.
Okay.
So I can sit wherever I want now. Okay, he's giving me thumbs up. Well, so because can you see my mortgage mom sign? So my little radio symbol, right? So
Right.
I'm like way over here, and I'm like, oh, I'm under the symbol. So I'm like, which direction do I need to go? Anyway, okay, so I'm happy we fixed that. Anyway, so Miles has got a question for me, and this is a great time for me to tell everybody listening, if you're listening to this show on radio on the weekend or over the weekend, because we're on Saturdays and Sundays, you guys got to interact with us so that you can ask us these questions. All you have to do is go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, look for Mortgage Mom Radio, click on that notification bell so that you know when we do go live. There's a little all button, and you need to make sure that you click on that. And that way you will know when we go live. If you're like Miles Mortgage, he's a mortgage guy, and we're going to read his question here in a second. He's watching us on Twitch. So one of you gamers one of these days are going to call me and do a loan with me. I swear I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop saying that. If you guys prefer Facebook, we are on Facebook as well. Please feel free to watch on Facebook. We love that. Whatever the platform is that you enjoy, we're trying to stream there. We've got the 3 going, and we'll get more if somebody reaches out and says, hey, we really like to watch it on this. You just let us know, and we'll have Mikey figure that out. So Miles's question, he says, got a side question for you anytime you have a chance. I'm 19 years old and a new mortgage broker since January. Any major tips? Ooh.
Glowworm in the 5th. No. Major tips. I think the biggest thing to be a success mortgage person is to communicate with your clients. Always, treat them like you'd want to be treated. And remember that this is the most important, most expensive, most serious thing that they're ever going to buy. And if you remember those things and remember that it's just not a number, to them, even if it's a $100,000 house or $1 million house, it's just as important to them. So you have to treat them, like that, and be concerned about what they need and what their needs are and where they want to be, and treat them like you want a customer for life, but treat them like family. And if you do that, I think you'll be successful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's very important, and it is important to remember that this is probably the largest purchase they've ever made, and it is going to be one of the most stressful 30-day periods of their life. Most of these transactions are 30 days. So for 30 days, they're going to be on edge, and you just have to remember that you want to try to do anything that you possibly can to make it a little bit less stressful, and the best way to do that is through education. That is why we do this show. It's why Mortgage Mom Radio exists. The point is to educate everybody, to start from the beginning of the process. That's why on our YouTube channel, if you go to the playlist, you'll see we've got the Home Buyer Workshop series. We start you at the very beginning with what are these buzzwords? What does escrow mean? There is a difference between, escrow to close a loan, escrow in your monthly payment is your property taxes and your insurance. And we take you all the way through the end. Today we were going to do closing disclosure, but we had a little mishap with the air conditioner here at the office, at the studio, and we were too hot to even think straight. So PowerPoint did not get done. Air conditioner did get fixed, but we are not doing the Home Buyer Workshop, me and Larry, tonight like we had planned. So, but we are doing that, and we take you from beginning to end, and we literally have closing disclosure left, which is the end of the transaction. So we take you from start to finish, and education is just the best thing that you can possibly do. So just keep that in mind. If you have a client that's looking for a pre-approval, take them from beginning to end. Talk to them about their credit, if they fixed their credit, what options would there be? If they had money that they saved for a down payment, what options would there be? What does it open them up to?
Right.
If they don't have the down payment and you're doing down payment assistance, how is that restricting how much that they can qualify for, because those debt ratios, that you can qualify for are less? You're going to get less house because you have no skin in the game.
Right.
How much better can the interest rate or the PMI be if the credit score was higher? How do you get there? Educate them with that. And then closing costs. I mean, how many times, Larry, have you had a client that came to you that was pre-approved by another lender? Your real estate agent said, I don't care who you talk to, you got to call my guy, Larry, right?
Right.
And you get the call and you're talking to them and you're figuring, hey, they've been pre-approved. I mean, they know, right?
Right.
And you send them out the closing estimate or the loan estimate and they're like, what are all these fees? I thought I needed 10% down.
Yeah. It's amazing how many times that they go, okay, well, I have 10% down. That's all I need, because nobody's ever talked to them about closing costs, and each state is a little bit different, but, you have lender fees, escrow, title, attorneys, maybe depending on what state you're in, money for interest, money for 6 months worth of property taxes, insurance, all that stuff adds up. And some people just go, whoa, I never even knew I have to pay for an appraisal. Wait, doesn't a seller do that? So it's really important that you kind of go through all those with the client up front so that they are prepared, so that they go, okay, well, I don't have enough, but I can get money from my mom or out of my 401k or whatever. But at least they know what they need to do. So, yeah, it's really a good idea to do that.
Yeah. I think that the education is the biggest piece. And even with the refinance, it's kind of the same thing. Make sure that they understand, give them the estimate, go through the loan estimate with them when they get it. They're going to see it. They're going to think automatically, oh, my goodness, it's going to cost me $10,000 to close this house. And they don't realize that $5,000 of that is their property taxes,
Right.
their insurance, their interest through the end of the month, and their homeowners insurance that they don't have 12 months left on their policy.
Right.
And it's all their own carrying costs as a homeowner. It's something
Yeah.
that whether they refinance or they don't, they have to keep making that payment, right? But it also is something that gets tacked on to the mortgage unless they come out of pocket with
Sure.
it. So they need to understand what that is, but they also need to know it's not closing costs. It's not technically the cost
Right.
to do the loan, right?
Yeah, you're going to pay some of those fees anyways. Like, Debbie said, insurance, you got to pay homeowners insurance whether you refinance or not. So it's just a matter of explaining that to them and giving them the option. Do you want to finance it? Do you want to pay it up front? And then you can show them their payments. Here's what it's costing you. Well, okay, $3,000. Okay, it's going to cost me an extra $20. Okay, just finance it. But at least you give them the option so that they're aware that there are options and what works best for them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Anybody out there that's listening, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and put them into the feed. We would be more than happy to answer them, just like we did for Miles. Miles, thank you so much. That was a fantastic question. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have content to talk about. And we want everybody out there listening to understand the same thing. The show is live. We are truly doing this live. We are taking the sound. We are throwing it at radio over the weekend. And if you are listening on our favorite radio stations, Go Country being one of them, we love that you guys listen to us on your commute in. But if you want to see the whole thing, you want to be interactive, you want to be part of the show, you've got to watch us do it live. It's Wednesdays at 5 Pacific time. It is at 7 p.m. Central time and 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure that you guys get to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, turn it on all so that when we go live, you know we're there. If you are like Miles, watch us on Twitch. We would love that. We'd love to have more followers there. And of course, if you really like Facebook, you guys are more than welcome to watch us go live. Anywhere at all that you type in Mortgage Mom Radio, you will find us. It is mortgagemomradio.com on the website. It is Mortgage Mom Radio on YouTube. It is Mortgage Mom Radio on Facebook. We are Mortgage Mom Radio everywhere. If you want to give us a call, you want to get on the books, you want to talk to one of my loan officers, you've got the big man sitting here, Larry. You can
I'm
literally
not that big.
No, okay. He's the old man. We're gonna call him the old man.
There you go.
He's my old man over here. But if you want to talk to Larry, please ask for Larry directly. I mean, we are all real people. We are here. We are doing it. We are answering your questions. But get on the books, get the consultation, give us a call. Let us help you. It's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU. That is LEND and the number 4, or that's 844-935-3634. Carrie's amazing. Larry's amazing. Cindy's amazing. Heidi's amazing. You guys have seen her over and over again. I'm Heather. Heather's awesome. We've got a really great team right now, all very educated and experienced loan officers that can take you through start to finish, whatever the project is, or experience that you're needing to get through. I mean, whether that's buying a home, refinancing a home, right now is a fantastic time to do renovations. Property values are up. You've got equity in the home. We've got a lot of people that are paying off debts. They're taking money out to do home improvements at the same time. You know,
Getting rid of mortgage insurance.
Yes.
You know, with property values up, you know, even if you bought a home a year or two ago, I've helped a lot of clients get rid of their mortgage insurance, and that's $200, $300, $400 a month that they are no longer paying.
Right.
So that's really a great time to look at that. Even if you're not sure, just give us a call. We'll walk you through the process. We'll look at some comps. We'll see if it's available to you. And it's a great way to save a lot of money. Even if your interest rate doesn't go down that much, you're going to save a lot of money. Plus, that's not tax deductible anymore. Is that right?
You know, I don't know what happened this year. So I know that the PMI was not tax deductible forever. And then I believe that it was 2019 and 20 that it was tax deductible again. I don't know if
It depends on your
2021
gross income, too,
Is that
I
what it
think.
is? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Check with your CPA on that one.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? PMI insurance is just an extra cost that if you don't have to pay it, why do it? I look at it like if you could save, you know, on the PMI insurance, maybe you could pay a little bit more towards the mortgage, pay it down a little
Yeah,
bit faster.
definitely.
Maybe you could get into a 15 or a 20-year mortgage and cut 15 or 10 years off of the mortgage in itself, which would be amazing and something that you can definitely do. And I have a client right now, actually, that we just worked through the numbers today. And, you know, her appraisal came in. We didn't quite have the 80%. We were at about 85% loan to value. So she had about 15% equity. And we were able to get this for 0.38 in cost, which we'll explain to everybody what that means here in a second. But for 0.38 in cost, she has no MI.
Wow. Nice.
None, right? So the 0.38, if you guys think about it this way, if your loan amount's $100,000, it is a percentage of 1%. So if you have a $100,000 mortgage, 1% would be $1,000. 0.38 would be $380. So if you had a $100,000 mortgage, it would cost you $380 up front to have no mortgage insurance. That's not a bad deal.
No, it's a really good deal. And I just did my son's loan, too. And not only did we get rid of the mortgage insurance, but we got him into a 20-year loan. He just bought his house about a year ago. Got him into a 20-year loan. His payment's the same, and he got rid of the mortgage insurance, and he's going to be paid off in 20 years. So he saved 9 years off his mortgage.
Right.
I mean, it's just a great thing. Like, you don't need it. It doesn't help you. It only helps the bank.
Right.
So if you can get rid of it, get rid of it. You know, if you're not sure, like I said, give us a call. We'll go through the numbers with you. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But if you have doubts, you know, we'll be happy to go through that with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Miles is asking us where are we out of? So we are based in California. We're in Southern California. We are licensed in a lot of states. So I personally, and everybody in the office has a little bit different as far as states go. So if there's a state that you're in that I don't mention right now and you want to talk to us, still give us a call. If we can help you, we're going to help you. If we've got somebody licensed there, we will. And if we can't, we're going to refer you off to this guy's coachees at home. So Melda can go anywhere too.
That's right.
Anyway, so, but I'm going to start on the west and move east. So we have California, Arizona, Washington, Nevada, Idaho, Oregon, I forgot Oregon, Idaho, Texas, Tennessee, Georgia,
Colorado.
I don't have Colorado, but the office has Colorado.
Right.
I have Illinois, but we're working on getting Illinois as a company, so that one we'll have fairly shortly. And I feel like
Georgia.
Georgia. Well, I have Georgia. I said that.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I'm missing a couple.
All
But
right.
but that's a pretty good list. If you guys want to know all of the states that we're in, feel free to go to the website. Go to mortgagemomradio.com. You'll see them there in the disclaimers. But if you've got a state that you're looking to get financing in, or you have questions about, or you're looking to, right now is the great. What are they calling it? The Great Migration?
Right.
Everybody's moving, and they're all leaving California, and they're going somewhere else. So thank goodness that we actually got licensed in all of these states, like long time ago. The goal was we've got a podcast, right? So the same show that we do here on YouTube goes to radio, goes to podcast. And so we have people that are watching and listening all over the country, and we're hoping to educate. So the goal is to eventually get all of the states, right?
Right.
But we're not a federally chartered bank. We are not a big giant, conglomerate like a Wells Fargo or a Citi. We are an actual mortgage bank. So we have to be licensed, actually truly licensed, do the work, take the test, get the license in every single state that we lend in. So it is a little bit more difficult than just having that umbrella and being able to lend.
Yeah, but then you know the laws of that state,
Yeah.
and so you can really help people that way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So if there is somewhere that you guys are looking for, you're in that migration mode, or you're thinking about buying that second home in Havasu, or that second home in Arizona, or your second home in Vegas, give us a call. We're here to help. So anyway, how do you guys get a hold of us? It's 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU. That is LEND and the number 4. Go to the website, mortgagemomradio.com. You guys can actually book your own appointment to talk with us right through the website. There's a phone appointment button right there, and you can actually book it if you want to. You can leave a message that says, hi, I want to talk to Larry. You guys can obviously watch us here on the YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you guys like, whatever platform is your favorite. Please give us a thumbs up if you haven't done that already. Please make sure you like the video that you're watching. This really does help our algorithm. We hope to get it out to more and more people. Please share it if you guys find this, you guys like it, you find it educational, it's interesting, it's something that's important. Please share it. It's the best way that we can get the word out there. We're working really hard to do that. But wherever you guys look, Mortgage Mom Radio, you can find us, and you are going to get, again, the real people. Next week, Carrie's going to be on the show with me, and Carrie works for us too. Heather was on a couple of weeks back, and she was talking about, real estate, how to pick the best real estate agent. Heather's been a real estate agent for, well over 20 years, I think closer to 30, which, I'm kind of aging her a little bit. I mean,
She's not here.
she is friends with my older sister. Both of them are approaching the 50s at this point. So, but no, she's got a lot of years under her belt in real estate. So she has a wealth of knowledge. Just everybody here has either grown up in the business or been doing it forever. I mean, look at this guy. Every gray hair comes from a loan that he closed.
Both of them.
Totally. We hope that you guys are enjoying the show, and we would love for you guys to follow. So please make sure that you get interactive with us and you're watching us live every Wednesday. What else is going on, Lair? Anything you can think of that you think is important that we bring up?
Well, I think that it's important that people, in this time, things are happening so quickly. So I think it's important that you set goals for yourself. Like, I can't buy a house this year. Maybe I can buy one next year. But it's important that you speak to a mortgage representative in advance so you know what it takes so that you can buy a house next year. Maybe you can buy a house this year and you just don't know it. Maybe with some assistance, some down payment assistance programs that we have, or some other things, tools that we have that, that you can use. I talk to people all the time and I go, oh man, I don't think I could buy, my credit's only this or that or whatever. We'll work with you, and it's so important to buy a home. I mean, I've been working on my daughter for years, buy a house, buy a house, buy a house. She finally did. And you walk in the door, and it's just the most amazing thing when you go, wow, this is mine. It's so silly to keep paying rent and throw it down the drain. So if you're out there and you're not sure whether you can qualify or not, or you're, okay, well, we're going to start looking next year. Great, that's fine, but put a plan together. Before you call us, have a budget. Put down everything that you spend money on every single month. And I don't care if it's 20 cents at the grocery store for gum, but write down everything that you spend for 30 days. And then write down your big bills, and then I'll help you, and I know Debbie and the whole team will. Here's how you save money. Here's how you get rid of your credit card debt. Here's what you need to do to buy a house. Oh, wait, I can buy in 2 months? Wait, all I need is another $1,000? I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
Right. Right.
So
yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. I don't know a lot of things. Some people say I don't know anything, but that's besides the point. But if you don't know what you don't know, then give us a call and we'll walk you through it. Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you, one of the biggest things that I used to tell my clients way back when was sushi. Give up sushi. So if you are an avid sushi lover, right? And you, let's say you do it a couple times a month, right? Me and my husband cannot order sushi without spending a minimum of $100.
It's $100, yeah.
Easily.
For sure.
Easily. You have a couple of kids, growing boys, in their teens, you're at $300-400.
Yeah, I know.
So, don't do that. Save your Starbucks money.
Save your Starbucks. Here's what you don't know about Starbucks. Let me
Right.
give you a clue. If we have a minute, do we have a minute?
Yeah.
So, when you go to Starbucks and you put in your phone and you go, okay, I need money in my Starbucks account, I'll put $50 in there. Do you know what happens to that money? Let me tell you what happens. Starbucks makes a fortune off that money because you buy one coffee for $5, which is crazy in itself. I do it too, so don't feel bad. But what happens is the other $45, they're sitting on that money every single day and using it to invest. Now, what if you didn't give them the $45 and you use that $45 to pay off credit cards or invest yourself? Don't give Starbucks that money.
Yeah.
Or any other of those other accounts either. They all do it, and they love you for it. Oh, it's just so great. I just show my phone. I pay for my Starbucks. Don't do it.
We're going to get sued by Starbucks.
I know. And I love Starbucks. Don't get me wrong. I go there, I'm guilty too.
Oh, yeah.
But
if you're saving for a home, these are some of the things that you do need to think about.
Don't sit there and give them money because they're earning interest on that money. They're taking that money and investing it. And I don't have to tell you how many people go to Starbucks every day. So if you imagine all of them have $20 or $30 sitting in their account, Starbucks is crying all the way to the bank.
Oh, yeah.
So you take that money and you do what they do with it. Invest it or pay down your credit cards with it. You can buy coffee at home. We all did it. On my first house, I slept on a lounge chair. I try not to brag about that, but, I wanted to get in. So be smart about your money. Think about where your money goes every single day.
Yeah.
And if you do that, I guarantee you're going to buy a house.
Oh, absolutely. So we've got, looks like, I think this is Nancy. So it's NJNIS, Nancy Nisi. Hey, thank you so much for watching, Nance. Really appreciate that very much. She says, hi, Debbie and Larry. Y'all look cool. Hope that you are. We are cooler now because of that air conditioner. We did get that thing going, but that is why my hair is in a bun.
That's why I'm wearing these things.
Yes, exactly. We are in buns. We are a little shiny from a good amount of sweat today, but we got it fixed. We're good. We're in good shape. Next week will be much better. We won't feel as rushed when we're doing the show.
Right.
But thank you so much for tuning in and saying hi. And again, anybody out there that's watching, please throw your question into the feed. Say hi. Give us a thumbs up. Whatever it is that you want to say. Be interactive. The best way that this show performs is when the more questions that we have, the more people that watch. Tell your friends, anybody that you know that's been thinking about buying a house. It's perfect for them to follow us and to watch us. It's a once a week thing, and they can learn so much. And for every single question that somebody else is thinking, 10 other people were thinking the same question. So don't be shy. Ask the question. Nobody knows who you are. We don't know who Miles Mortgage is or Miles Mortgages. We don't know who he is. We don't know where he lives. Nobody knows. You're on a platform that there's millions and millions of people. But check us out. Go to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Everywhere you go, it's Mortgage Mom Radio. And make sure you turn on that notification bell so that you know when we do go live, because we are trying to educate you. We're trying to bring you information, trying to bring you tips of advice. You wouldn't have known what was going on with investment properties had we not started talking about that at the beginning of the show. One of the things, Larry, is you were talking about, Starbucks, and I said sushi. Here's another one that's huge right now. And this is a new piece, I guess you'd say, for the current world, right? Not something when me and you got into loans.
Right.
When we were still carrying bag phones, or even before bag phones, we had pagers. And even before pagers, you just didn't get the call unless you were at the office, right?
Yeah.
Before there was even a pager, you were just stuck at the office, right?
Right.
So, but nowadays, everybody's got phones, and everybody's playing games on phones, and everybody's buying that $5 to get those extra coins to keep going on their Candy Crush, right? It is really, really important if you sit back and you stop and you think about how much money do I really spend on my game.
Yeah.
Right? That could have been money that, like you said, could have paid off a credit card. It could have gone towards a down payment. It could have been part of, your closing costs. I mean, if you're a veteran, we can get you into house 0 down. You still have to have money for closing costs.
Right.
In today's day, you can try to get money from a seller, but probably not going to happen. Yeah. Right?
No, you definitely need to keep track of your money. I guarantee you, if you do that for 30 days, you'll be amazed of where your money goes. And I don't mean in the bank. It's crazy. I've done it. I've done it with both my kids, and they just were flabbergasted. Look how much money I spent at Starbucks. Look how much money, not to pick on my son, spent at Taco Bell every day. I mean, it adds up. You think, oh, it's only $10 at Taco Bell. Hey, do that 20 days. No, it's $200. And it's crazy. If you keep track of it, you'll know where it goes. I guarantee you, if you don't write it down, you have no idea where your money goes. And you work so hard for your money, right? We all work hard for our money. Don't blow it.
Yeah.
Keep track of it. Then you can say, look, okay, I'm only going to go to Starbucks once a week, or I'm only going to go to sushi once a month, or I'm going to eat at my mom's more, because my mom always says she doesn't see me, and she'll feed me for free, so I'm going to go to my mom's a lot. You know, whatever it is, it all adds up. And if you can pay down your credit cards, you qualify for more of a home, your credit score is going to be better, you're going to get a better interest rate, because, you know, and all this stuff's going to count, and you're going to be so much better off when you get to be my age that you're going to thank me. Posthumously, of course, but you're going to thank me.
You are. And I think that is great advice. It really is important. And, you know, as you were talking about Taco Bell, I mean, honestly, it's kind of sad these days, right? Because you can actually eat at Taco Bell for cheaper than if you went to a grocery store and you bought all of the ingredients to make the same bean and cheese burrito.
Right.
But what people don't understand is that yes and no, right? For the same, let's say it's going to cost you more money to make the same bean and cheese burrito, but you're going to have enough ingredients to make five or six days worth of bean and cheese burritos, right? So you have to keep that in mind. Like, it's not about it's $10 today for the tacos and the burrito.
Right.
It's what could $10 get me at a grocery store that could last me for 2 or 3 days, right? But it is kind of sad that the fast food is sometimes cheaper than you know, going the old school way and actually going grocery shopping and making food. And I think that's part of the problem with why we've got, you know, obesity. You know, because sometimes that's all we can afford to buy, and then that's what we're eating, and then you're gaining weight, and it's just this vicious cycle. So at the end of the day, don't spend money on the things you don't need to. Know your budget. Write it all down. Get yourself something like a Quicken, where you can download your transactions from your bank and you can actually itemize them. And you have a spreadsheet that you can then, a report that you can print out that will itemize how much money did I spend on, you know, going to a movie and on entertainment? How much money did I spend on eating out? How much money did I spend on groceries? How much money did I spend on my utilities? And when you do know that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to budget if you're thinking about, well, how much can I afford in a home?
Right.
Okay, well, which one of those categories could you get rid of?
Every month.
Right.
You know, the first thing you want to do is when you get paid, a very famous person told me this, when you get paid, the first thing you're going to do is pay yourself. I taught my kids that. When you get paid, take 10% minimum out of your paycheck and pay yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to save this much.
0. Yes.
0. So pay yourself first. Before you pay your bills, before you pay your rent, before you pay your mortgage, you worked hard for your money, pay yourself first. Then pay your bills. And I'm not saying don't pay your bills. That's not the point of what I'm saying. But pay yourself first. When you pay yourself first, that gives you savings, gives you money to invest. Okay? And that's most important. If you don't pay yourself, I guarantee you, at the end of the day, you have 0 money.
Yeah.
Because you'll just, like I said, if you don't watch for your money, you don't know where it goes. And
No.
It's unfortunate.
No, absolutely not. And you do have to pay yourself. I mean, but you have to be able, you have to pay yourself, but then know how much you have left for everything else. And if you don't budget, then you're going to end up having money in the bank, but your credit's going to be in the toilet, and, you know, nothing's going to be paid on time, or you're going to have expenses that you haven't taken care of, or you're going to have credit cards that are through the roof, you know? So yes, I totally agree with that. But going back to what you originally started with is you've got to budget first.
You do have to budget. You do have to write it down too. You can't go, well, okay, my rent's $2,000 and then I have money for this and that. No, write it down.
Yeah.
And when you write it down, it's amazing how much more meaning it has and how much easier it is to follow. And then you can say, wow, man, we spend $300 a week on food.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Right.
You know, we need to do something about that. So, you know, when, like I said, you write it down, you see it, it's visual, you go, okay, I get it. You know, and then you can make adjustments or whatever you want to do, you know, pick your lifestyle, but it gives you a chance to hit your goals. You got to budget, got to write down your goals. If you don't write them down, you're not going to hit them. As Wayne Gretzky always used to say, you miss 100% of the shots you'd never take.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
Right? I love
definitely.
that. I love that. All right. If you guys have questions, you give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That is LEND and the number 4. If you guys want to be interactive with us, you want to be on the show, please do so. We'd love to have you get interactive with us. Go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. It's Mortgage Mom Radio. Make sure you click on that notification bell. And that way you'll know when we go live. If you guys prefer Facebook, please watch us through Facebook. That's great too. If you search for Mortgage Mom Radio, you'll find our page. You just got to make sure you follow us. And if you guys are on Twitch, we're going to get one of you gamers one of these days to buy a house from us. Swear it's going to happen. Even with the video game that team that we are going to sponsor, we're just starting to sponsor that. So that's going to be pretty cool. If you guys want to know more information about the whole video game thing, I don't really know anything about it whatsoever, other than the fact that I am a sponsor. So just send a message to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. And I will put you in touch with my son, Mikey, because he's the guy that can talk to you about all of that. So we've got some comments here. We've got Jamie Cortez says, what's the longest time you could pay MI? So MI is typically for about 8 years on average when you do 5% down. And that's what it's going to take to get you to 20% if you never pay more than what is due, or, you just never pay more than what's due, right?
Unless FHA.
Yep.
FHA changed it a few years ago, and then it's forever. If you have an FHA loan for 30 years, I think you pay for 30 years, right?
You do, unless you refinance
Unless
that
you
loan.
refinance. So
Yeah.
just be careful. That's why another thing, to talk to somebody. Even if you're already in escrow now and you're talking to your lender, but you don't feel he's communicating, you just want a second opinion, more than happy to do that for you. We had a lady call yesterday, and she was refinancing. She just wanted me to look at her closing disclosure, see about her fees and her closing costs. I said, it's a good deal. Stick with where you're at. That's fine. I'll tell you if it's a good deal. I mean, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I did the same today where a builder was giving a $7,500 incentive to use their lender. And these are clients that I've worked with for a year and a half. Got them all pre-approved. They went out, they looked at homes. They couldn't find, a resale that they liked. They went in, were able to get on the list with the builder. They got really lucky. Now they've got one that they're building. And, I can't compete with that incentive. I just can't. So, I patted them on their little diapered butt, Mortgage Mom Radio, and said, "Go get it, monster!" It's important. We're here to make sure that we're putting you guys in the right direction and we're giving you the right information. So we've got Deborah on Facebook says, "Best show." Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Deborah. We love that you watch us too. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you. But back to the PMI. So 3% down, 5% down. It's usually like 8.5 years. If you literally never make more payment than what is due on the mortgage, if you pay it down sooner.
Right.
I believe that you are only required to keep the mortgage insurance for at least the first year.
Correct.
And then you can actually get the mortgage insurance removed on a conventional loan if you have paid your balance down to get to that 20% equity. Like Larry said, on an FHA loan, it can go away if you do a 15-year fixed with FHA. It's the only program that will, and you have to have a particular amount of down payment. I believe you have to put over 5% down, and it's 15-year fixed. It's the only way you'll get out of that mortgage insurance. Other than that, you are stuck with that mortgage insurance for the life of that loan. So you want to really watch, where does your mortgage balance get to? What is your home worth? And at the point that you have that 20% equity, then you'd go in and refinance that loan to a conventional loan to get out of that MI.
Right.
VA doesn't have any mortgage insurance at all. USDA, no mortgage insurance at all. So those are two pretty cool programs there. Anything else that we didn't mention? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah?
I think
Think
we
we got
covered
it?
MI pretty well.
I think so too. But
And
we love
the cost of MI depends on your credit score as well. The higher your credit score, the less that MI is going to be every month.
Yeah. Well, the bigger your down payment. So, of course, and that's why I said 3 or 5% down is going to have the longest amount of
Right.
time it's going to take to get rid of the mortgage insurance. Why is that? Because it's the longest amount of time it's going to take to get down to the 20%,
Right.
20% equity, right? So, if you put more money down, your mortgage insurance will be cheaper. If you have a higher credit score, your mortgage insurance will be cheaper. If you are 2 people on the loan, not 1, mortgage insurance will be a little cheaper. Debt ratios, if you're under 45%, not over, mortgage insurance will be a little bit cheaper. FHA, mortgage insurance is the same no matter who you are, no matter how good your credit score is.
No matter what your credit score is, you're stuck with it.
Doesn't matter. So, if you have questions about MI or you guys want to know more about mortgage insurance, all you have to do is give us a call. Call the office. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU. That is LEND and the number 4. If you want to get on our calendar and you want to talk to somebody from the office here, one of the loan officers, you guys can do that right through the website. Go to mortgagemomradio.com and click on that book phone appointment button, and you can actually select a day and time that works for you. If there isn't a time that is on that calendar, you're working, nights, and you need to do a little bit later in the evening when you're waking up and getting ready, so maybe a 7 or 8 o'clock appointment, that is totally okay. Send an email, send it to me. You can message me right through the website, contact us. You can go to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. If you guys have the phone app, you can actually email us right from the phone app. And if you don't and you want it, text the word MOM to 36260, and you will get a link so that you can register and get our phone app. And you guys have so many things, so many tools at the tip of your fingers with that phone app. It's pretty cool. Your calculators, email us, watch the show, whatever you need to do right through that phone app, it's there. So text the word MOM to 36260. Text the word MOM to 36260. This truly is live. You guys are seeing it.
Right.
You're seeing it happen. All right. So we've got, let's see. My dad gets on and says, sorry for being late. Tell Debbie I was working on her boat. I love it. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate it very much. So anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, the best thing you guys could do, please, is all give us a thumbs up. If you've been watching and you've been enjoying it and you feel that this has been educational, please share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with anybody that you know that might be thinking about buying a home, refinancing a home, anything at all that might involve mortgage of some sort or real estate of some sort. We've got real estate agents that we work with that we can get you referred to. We've got home improvement contractors. We've got
Credit cleanup people.
Yes, we've got credit repair gentlemen. We've got insurance agents and brokers, depending on whether you want an Allstate or you want a broker that's going to shop it. We've got just about any referral source that you could think of that is revolved around real estate and mortgage. So please share our information. We really appreciate that. Book your appointment. Get on the books. Talk to one of us. Get the information. Get your answers. Make your budget. Get yourself prepared to buy a home. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out. The email is always open, questions@mortgagemomradio.com. And believe it or not, you get me. I'm the one responding to those emails. So we hope that you guys all have a fantastic rest of your week. Again, everybody out there listening, please, guys, the best shows that we can do are the ones where people are interactive with us. So do it live. We are live Wednesdays at 5 right here in California, Pacific time, 7 in Illinois or Midwest or Texas or Central time, wherever you're at if you are in Central. And we are 8 o'clock Eastern, whether you guys are in Florida. I am licensed in Florida. That was another one. I knew I missed one.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Knew I missed one. Whether you are in Florida or you are in New York, we are 5, 7, or 8. So we'd love for you guys to interact, watch the show, go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, click on that notification bell so you know when we're live. And we'll see you guys all next week. We hope you have a good one.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.